This is my review of the video game Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a great video game, and I highly recommend it. It's more fun if you are on a good server with a good group of people. Unfortunately, you're not always allowed to be on every server. Some servers don't allow anyone to join. You don't need to be on a server to play. Um, the game is very fun to play. It has a very large map, which is a city, and you have mostly vehicles that you're driving around in. There are some aircraft. There's motorcycles. There's characters you can walk around, and you interact with other players in the game and other people in the game. Not a lot of players to interact with. You could play for a long period of time and not come across another player. Um, the game is very funny. It's very intricate. There's a lot of storylines. The AI is very good. For example, you could have meaningful conversations with a lot of the characters. And um, there are missions that you go on. You play a person who might go on a mission which would be crime related. Either perhaps you might rob a bank or rob a casino or something like that. There's a lot of people that play it. There's a lot of videos online. I liked the game, but it didn't give me what I wanted out of it. I have been playing video games like this since the 1980s. I don't remember the names of the games. At some point, I'll remember. And one of the problems with the older games is you couldn't drive anywhere you want. So they solved that problem of being able to drive wherever you want. They also solved the problem of having an AI where you can have a meaningful conversation with another character. But the problem is with some of the characters, uh, you can't just have a deep philosophical conversation with any character in the game. It's not going to work. The characters aren't always going to cooperate with you and do what you want them to do. It's mostly a driving game. I don't know why they're showing so much about this. It's a typical driving game. You do have to purchase your vehicles, and obviously the some of the vehicles are a lot more expensive than others. You can steal vehicles. You can commit crimes. You do have to be careful because the police will also go after you, and there is a prison system. And I've never been placed in one of the prisons, but based on watching, you can actually be put in prison for, let's say, an hour or a couple hours game time. It's a very fun game to play. A lot of people have a lot of fun making videos online. I've seen some crazy things online. For example, one was they had two guys that were twins, and they would have the same vehicle, and they would make the license plate similar, but they would change one letter. Like instead of the letter O, they'd put a zero, and then they would speed past the police, change places. The police would pull over the wrong vehicle, and then they would argue with the police and say, the license plate number doesn't match, and the police would be confused. They would do videos like that. It was very entertaining. Some of the other players, if you're playing on a server, can be a little bit malicious. They will harass you. It happens in the game, or they will get the police after you. There are people who do play police characters, and I've seen some of them that have really bad attitudes, and they make up. Some players have very strict rules about how you have to play. So it's got a little bit of everything in a game, and I can't wait to see what the next version is going to be like. Grand Theft Auto is amazing compared to the previous versions. It's really good. It's a lot of fun. It's totally worth the money. This is a game that you might have to pay $50 for or $60 for. I don't see a price anywhere. It's worth whatever they're charging. It's rare that you get a game in the $50 range. I don't see. It says over here $57, and it says it's some sort of a bundle. Okay, so I don't know what the price of the game is. Are there other games that are similar? I think there are, but they're not as popular. not as well known, and I haven't seen them. It's an open world game. You're going to spend a lot of time driving around, and you're going to spend a lot of time walking your character around. And you have to do normal things like go get food, fill up for gas. There's a chat system. You can carry objects, etc. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.